Hello, welcome to the welcome video for CIS285 online, C# object-oriented programming. Very nice language. So anyway, let's get going here. I'm trying to keep this brief. As you can tell, I'm looking at your Blackboard. Now you'll be watching this video because that's where it's going to be. And you'll see here that I have some instructions. Now I don't want you to get scared by this, but I like to be up front with pretty much what's going to need to be done. Now, we're going to download some data files in just a minute that go along with the chapters in your textbook, not the projects that I assign. So it says, alert, in order to be successful in this class and keep up with the pace, you will need to spend approximately 6 to 8 hours per week, which is really not a lot compared to some of the other classes out here. Thus, you'll need to complete your assignments in the following order. Now, one thing I want to tell you before we get any further is, the projects are due at the end of every week in which they're assigned, unless they continue on for a couple of weeks. You also have discussion questions, which you'll need to do. And when we go to the project calendar or project printable course schedule, you'll see that. But anyway, let's go with this. It says you'll need to do your assignments in the following order. Work and read your way through each chapter, completing examples using the data files provided. I do not grade them, but you have to go through those examples. That's the way this class is set up. If we were working in class, we'd be doing the same thing, face-to-face. Online, face-to-face, same thing. So you'll see that in your book. All right, then it says, watch my chapter lecture videos. So you'll work your way through the chapter, and you'll be reading it and learning concepts. And then you'll watch my chapter lecture videos. Now, I don't rehash everything in those chapters because you just got through doing it, and I know you don't want to listen to it over again. But what I tend to do is kind of bring things together and maybe throw some things in that the book doesn't talk about or does a little bit different, but it's not a big deal. These lecture videos are not long either. Then you're going to get ready to do your assigned project. And I have project videos for that. So you need to watch those videos before you jump on the project, okay, because they're going to help you a little bit. After you finish, you complete and submit the assigned project. This is graded. Now, I want to reiterate something here real quick, and I've got this down at the bottom of this little blurb here. If you get stuck on something, zip up your project and send it to me as an attachment in a course email, basically, all right, through Blackboard. Don't go into where you submit it and submit it for a grade. You only do that when you got it working, and I'm going to help you if you need it. Now, initially, I'll probably hold your hands through some things, and then I'll expect you to do a little bit more on your own. But don't stick it in there and put a comment in the grading section saying, oh, I couldn't get this to work. No, because you're going to get it to work, all right? In this class, it either works or it doesn't. If it's got errors in it, then you get a 0. Now, that doesn't mean you can't resubmit it, but let's get it working first, then submit it. Then you'll know you'll get 100 on it because we've already been through the process if you need help. Okay, that's the way we would do it in class. So if you have problems, zip up your project, which I'll show you how to do all that to begin with, and then you'll just attach it, and then you'll type in the text of, I'm having problems here, blah, 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 and send it to me. I'll open it up and look at it and run it and see if I can figure out what's going on. Okay, not a big deal. Just don't wait to the last minute. Don't on Sunday, don't send it to me, expect me to go through it and then send it back, and you have time to do that a couple of times. You're going to need to be proactive on this stuff, okay? So it says you submit for grade. That's after we go through these iterations, if we need to. Complete the assigned discussion questions, all right? These are on a 2-week basis, okay? They're worth 10 points a piece. So on week, whenever it opens up the first discussion question, first week you'll need to do your own posting, your research and your posting. That's worth 6 points. Then you'll do 2 responses to other students. All right, they're worth 2 points a piece, so total 10 points. Okay. Additionally, now this is what I just got through saying. If you hit a snag and need help, zip up your project and send it to me as an attachment in Blackboard course mail. I will look at it, respond back to you. This can be done several times within the assignment period, and don't wait to the last minute until you get things working correctly. Only then will you submit it for grading. Do not submit a project for grade until it works per the assignment and there are no errors. When I say errors, I mean syntax errors. Those are easy to fix if you just click on the error and it'll tell you what's wrong. There's no partial credit in the class. The program either works or it doesn't. Now, if I help you with it and you give me enough time, it will work. And then once it works, you submit it back for a grade. You know what you're going to get because it works, 100, right? Okay. Now, in order to get started for the first week, you're going to need to look at the second posting here. It gives you the link to Visual Studio 2020 Community Edition. It's a free version. All you have to do is download it and install it on your machine. You need to be running a Windows machine, Windows 10 or 11, whatever's current. If you don't have one of those, and I'm going to show you in a minute, you can check one out. You're going to need a microphone and a webcam anyway to do the proctored exam. So anyway, this is what we call the workloads. I did a screenshot of this when I installed it on my machine. This will be a minimum install, so you need to check all these and all the ones I have over here. And then you can install it. You don't need everything. There's a lot of stuff in there. Azure, there's ASP.NET for web development, client server. We're not into all that. All you need is just very basic, the 3 languages, and that'll come in if you do it this way. C#, C++, and VB.NET. But don't worry about that. All right, now here are your data files for the textbooks. All you have to do is click, save them to your computer, and just unzip them. All right. And here are the technology requirements: personal desktop and laptop. I have a link here. It says Apples and Mac tablets, smartphones are not allowed. They won't allow you to complete the work, so we don't support them. Okay. If you need to check out a laptop with Windows 10 on it, just click right here. Or if you'd rather just check out a webcam, that's fine if your laptop doesn't have one. Most people check out the laptop. It's free, okay? And they'll tell you everything you need to know. Examining is what we use when we proctor exams. We only have to proctor one. I typically proctor the midterm because there's always problems. If I do it at the midterm, you've got time to reschedule it and do it again, so don't worry about that. If I do it on the final and something happens, we're in a mess because I've got to record the grades and I have to give you an incomplete. So since we're only required to do one exam, I'm going to proctor the midterm and set it up to be proctored in the final. I'll just send you the password. Okay. So they're both open book anyway. So I don't understand the rationale for why they do that, but that's what they do, and I have to follow that. Okay. You need a microphone, a webcam, earbuds, and headphones. Depends on where you are. That's up to you there, but I'm just letting you know. Here's the grading overview. Announced exams, 50%, labs, project discussion, questions, extra credit at 50% for 100% of your grade. So each one of the exams, the midterm's worth 25%, the final's worth 25%, and everything else is worth 50%. So it's 50-50, okay? And Blackboard records your grades, so I'll show you that in a minute. Here's the printable course schedule. This is what we do, okay? Now, I will be sending you out a Monday memo announcement every Monday morning. It's just going to basically reiterate what's in the schedule right here, okay? See, it says all assignments are due by 11:30 on Sunday end week date. This is the end week date, so the end of the first week on Sunday is the 16th, right? Here it says watch introduction video in Blackboard. That's the welcome video. Watch the Project 1 video in Blackboard. Download the data files. Download and install Visual Studio 2022. That's the latest edition. And see the hardware requirements, okay? We already looked at all that. This is the introduction video. This is complete and upload Project 1 in Blackboard. Note, this puts you in compliance with the online attendance policy in the syllabus. Failure to do so will cause you to be dropped from the course. Now, Chapter 1 is just kind of read, the Project 1 really doesn't have anything to do with Chapter 1. That's your attendance project, okay? I'm going to take you through that. And the reason you need to do that is it shows you how to open up Visual Studio and create a new project, where to put it, how to set up the directories, and all that. So, and then I'll show you everything you need to do. You can stop the video and go run it back, do whatever you want to do. When you get finished, I'll show you how to zip it up, how to submit it, and you're good to go before 11:30 on Sunday night. I'm not asking you to do anything but follow what I'm doing for Project 1. That's all it is. Very simple. And everybody can do that, I know. And then second week ends on the 23rd, and Chapter 2, we do have a Chapter 2 project. It shows you where it is in the textbook, It's problem 6, page 114. Now, I don't know if this hang on just a minute. Okay, this is a Pearson book, so it's not something that's really like Cengage All Access. It's totally different. I just want to make sure of that. So anyway, you just open the book. I guess if you got an ebook, you can search on the page number. But it says read chapter 3, and then the next week we get into chapter 3. You'll work your way through it, just like you did up here with 2. And you watch the lecture video. It's a 2-parter. And then you just do discussion questions. See here, you start the discussion question for the main post at the beginning or the end of this week. So actually be on the 24th. And these will open and close in 2-week intervals. So this all looks good. So that's basically the way it works. And then I even give you a catch-up week here. So you can get caught up on everything except the discussion questions. They open and close. I can't open those back up. Hopefully you won't be behind. But who knows? Okay, so there's chapter 7. There's your midterm. I have an open date. It opens Monday, March 7th at 8 a.m. It's due no later than 8 p.m. on Friday, March, and I left the date off. We'll have to look that up, fix it. So it's the Friday after the Monday. So you got 5 days, basically. And then we start into chapter 8. There's spring break. I expect you at least to do the discussion question. But the rest of that week is up to you. All right, do whatever. You can work ahead. That might be a good idea. And then we do project 8, and there it is. And then that's project 8 continued, So you get 2 weeks on project 8. It must be kind of tough. And then you got chapter 9, classes, multiforms. And we go all the way through chapter 10, and I give you another catch-up week, and then the final exam. So even though there's only 10 chapters, I kind of want you to really get into this, because I'm going to tell you, if you want to be good at what you do, whatever it is, in college, you need to go beyond the minimum. You need to really understand what's going on. Dig into it. You can do it. Man, if I can do it, I know you guys can do it. All right? It's no problem. So there's your schedule. You just have to be determined, right? This is my stupid schedule. You can ignore that picture. They made me do that, and that's the only one I had. It's like a funeral picture or something. I don't know. So it gives a little bit of information about me. My office is in room 139 in the CTC building, which is inside of classroom CTC 138. Okay, so let me know when you want to come during this time, and I'll be around. Okay, and we can talk if you need to. If you're in town, if you're not, don't worry about it. You can contact me through Blackboard. Now, let me say one other thing about, and I'm not going to open up the syllabus. It's kind of just boilerplate stuff, but. If you want to contact me, the best way to do it and the quickest way to do it is to contact me through Blackboard Course Mail. You can call me, but I've got a lot going on. I go to different campuses. I might not get it in a timely way. I'm always in Blackboard. Even on the weekends, I check it, and I can respond if you need help. Okay. Please don't wait till the last minute, though, because the weekends are kind of iffy. I mean, I know you need help. I'll be glad to do the best I can, but you know how it is, right? Things happen. But I'm in there 7 days a week, I'll tell you that. Okay, so that's got this. And so we're going to start here. Let's go to course content. Now, I showed you where to get your data files. Course objectives, you don't need to worry about that. They're my video lectures. And really don't start lecturing until chapter 3, because chapter 1 is just reading in the little intro project. Chapter 2 is just reading in a little project. But then chapter 3, I really start hitting it, because we're getting through some of the minutiae stuff you probably already know. So this is a 2-parter. There's chapter 4. It is a 4-parter. Sounds interesting. Chapter 5, I've got, it's a 2-parter. Chapter 1 is just a 1-parter. Chapter 7 is 2 parts. Chapter 8 is 1 part. Chapter 9 is 2 parts. And 10 is not here. Let me show you why. The lecture and the project kind of tie together. So I didn't bother to do a lecture when I'm going to have to go over it again in the project video. So now, student resources, I've got a data links file or data files link on that main page. I'll start here, and I showed you where that was, but you can also get them here. Just download them, put them on your computer, and unzip them. These are things that I put out there that the book does cover. I might point you back to this. Like object naming conventions is something you might want to look at pretty quick after we get in finish chapter 1. You never leave the default names for objects. You always change them because it'd be like button 1, scroll bar 1. None of that makes any sense. And I go through some of that in the video, so I'm not going to kill you with that right now. But that's something you need to learn how to do. And that's pretty much that. So, oops. What you'll want to do now is, download and install this, and then come over here to projects, under course content, assignments, and I'm going to walk you through all this stuff right here, okay? We're going to open up, create a project, and that sort of thing, and I'll just walk you through it. This is how you stay in the class without getting dropped the first week. One other thing, I want you to create some directories. You can do it on your hard drive or jump drive, wherever you want to. So let's do that real quick. I'm going to use the C drive. I've got a lot of stuff on here, but I'm going to just create a new directory. I'm going to call it CIS285. This will help keep you organized. Whoops, my numpad was off. Excuse me. 285, all right? And inside this, now you can put your data files right in here if you want to, because it'll unzip and create directories. So I'm going to do another one. I'm going to call it projects. This is where all of your projects that you're going to be working on will be. And because Visual Studio creates a project directory, whatever you call it, we'll call it the first one Project 1, then we'll have Project 2 and Project 3. So inside this folder, you'll have all those projects, Project 1, Project 2, Project 3. And that's all there is to that. So, welcome to the course. Sorry I was a little verbose. I just had a lot of stuff to cover. And don't forget to watch the Project 1 videos. See you around.